Hello, this is Angelus again, and welcome to my video. Today we're going to talk about self-confidence and self-esteem. What are the difference? Why will we care? The reason why we should care, and I've done this with a lot of my clients, is that your mind works with their exactness of what the energies of words are. And when your mind is processing vocabularies, grammar, it understands the meaning, the energy of the word, not what you think it means. Some people use certain words interchangeably. These words are a couple. Some say love, puppy love, unconditional love, like they're all the same. No, they have distinct, different meanings, and energetically speaking, your mind sees as different energy packages. So when you say one thing, but you mean another, you're doing yourself a disservice because your mind is going to assume what it already knows, not what you think you know. Kind of weird, but this is just how the neuroscience has proven, the science has shown how the mind works. So if you're not in control of your conscious knowingness of what is coming out of your mouth, you can not only, well, let's just say successfully in life or business or your career, you're not only showing some form of deliberate or undeliberate ignorance, you're also letting the universe, as we understand how quantum field works, you're letting the universe know that this is what you're settled for, even though it may not be what you desire most. So words are very important. Words have powers. Words are important to understand them. If you use them, that is. If you don't know what they truly mean, be careful how you use words, because your mind will work against you, because it's going to only take the meaning of the word, the energy of the word, not what you were intending. Here's a good example. Want, need, desire. Three different words, three different energy package, three different meanings in the unconscious mind. Even if you listen to it, just feel it from your gut, from your heart. Listen to the words and tell me how they, well, you don't have to tell me, but you can tell yourself, how do they feel? Need, like needy. It's need, I need. It kind of implodes. It kind of like suggests exclusion. You know, it suggests a small parameter. It suggests minimalness or lack of abundance. That's what it refers to in the brain, believe it or not. You can feel it. Now you say want, I want this, I want that, want. Kind of whiny feeling, doesn't it? It kind of sounds or feels wishy-washy, which the brain does take that way. It also implies to the mind lack of abundance. So when you're in a wanting state or a needy state, you're showing and telling the universe you don't have anything. And that's the state you're going to, and again, this is for another video, of course, but how the quantum field works, how the universe works, law of attraction works, manifestation works. The universe hears what you are focused on, not what your intention. If you're focused on want and need, it's not the same as being focused on your desires. Listen to the word. Feel the word. Desire. You can feel the lightness of it, the openness of it, the all-inclusiveness of it. It feels like infinite. It doesn't really have a limit of parameters. Like we all desire love. But some people say they need love. They want love. But you can't necessarily force love. It comes to you or not. When you desire it, it seems to be with you at that moment. And likes attract likes. So I would recommend practicing more desiring than wanting and needing of anything. So with that said, let's get back to self-esteem and self-confidence. When it deals with, never mind your relationships, but let's dealing with your business, your career. I've seen a lot of people make the mistake and say, I'll take self-confidence over self-esteem any day of the week. So if I had all the self-confidence, I can do anything. I'll win the battles all the time. That's not true. The definition of self-confidence is how you feel about your competence or your skill sets. That's all it is. Self-confidence is how you relate to what you can do. If you are very practiced at whatever you're doing in your business, if you have lots of experience at it, if you believe, not believe, excuse me, if you have studied it intensely, then you probably have a very high self-confidence because your skill sets are all established. You have the experience, you have the know-how, you studied it intensely, hopefully, so you have a high self-confidence. But the highest self-confidence doesn't even come close to a minimal of good self-esteem. So what's self-esteem, Angelus? Glad you asked. Self-esteem is the relationship or how you relate to your feelings about yourself. A few years back, I interviewed a self-made billionaire. His name was Bill Bartman. When we were in California at a seminar, I talked to this gentleman. My wife did as well. And I asked him, what's your secret? I mean, you were once homeless. You were once like very poor. And how did you get from homeless, poor, to self-made billionaire? What's the secret sauce? I thought it was some kind of skill set he was going to give me. It wasn't. It had nothing to do with his competency. None at all. It had everything to do with his self-esteem level. And this is almost a quote. I'm paraphrasing it because I kind of forgot exactly the way he said it to me, but basically he said this: your financial wealth, your financial success is only limited by your self-esteem level. So he said it using his hands. If your self-esteem level is here, your financial level will never surpass it. If your self-esteem level is here, your financial level can meet up to that, but it still won't surpass it. It always meets the self-esteem level. And he said very clearly, it doesn't matter if your confidence or competence level is here. It doesn't have nothing to do with your self-esteem. Again, your competence, your skill set, how much you know about what you do is still affected by the self-esteem. So money and confidence can only go like that to self-esteem. So a person with high self-esteem, he told me this, will beat even an ignorant, low self-confident confident person. Excuse me. So a person with low skill sets, person who may be ignorant to the particular field or career they're in, with a very high self-esteem level, can overcome those challenges. But a person who's 100% great at their skill sets will never, ever outshadow self-esteem. So he said what got him to be a self-made billionaire, which he said was not the goal. He didn't try to be a billionaire. He wasn't trying to be even a millionaire. It just happened. All he realized was it's in relationship to his self-esteem. So one day he decided, I'm going to improve my self-esteem. I'm going to spend the rest of my life improving my self-esteem level. And that's all he focused on every day as he went along his way, as he did his job, as he did his life, as he did his hobbies, as he did his social affairs. He kept learning self-esteem, ways to improve self-esteem, ways to develop self-esteem. He didn't focus a lot on his competence level. So, and I think one last thing he said to me, he said, the builders of an empire, early part of the United States in the 20th century, the Ford cars, Mr. Ford, you know who he is. He said he wasn't as competent as everybody thinks he is. If you look at his history, you study his autobiography, or you study at least the story of his creation of his company, the Ford Motor Company, of the cars and other vehicles. If you study him, you'll see that his son, his advisors were way superior, more competent than he was ever in his life. But his self-esteem from humble beginnings, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think he was a farmer or a craftsman of some sort, but he, with his high self-esteem, created this empire surrounded by giants with great confidence and competence. So this is what the difference are. I recommend you build your self-esteem as best you can and make that a lifestyle as a priority. Just make it a way of life. Like you would read a book to improve your knowledge of the world, as you would look at a business magazine to educate yourself on what is the growing trends, what's coming and what's going out. Use self-esteem as the basic fundamental educational habit to develop. Because if what Bill Bartman, the late Bill Bartman, I think he passed away in 2006 or 7, if what he said is true, then no skill sets in the world is going to get you to your promised lands. What's going to get you there faster, and it's a lot easier than learning stuff, is just learning how to develop your self-esteem. So with that, if you have any questions, please let me know. If you enjoyed this video and gave you some new information to ponder on, please like this video and please subscribe to my channel, because that's the best way I can continue supporting you guys, by you supporting me. With that, have a great day. I'll talk to you soon.